I used to be tired all the time. No matter what I did, how much I slept, I would always feel groggy and it never felt like enough. That changed when I did these 5 things. And by the way, number 4 is not something that you would expect. Number 1, a protein-filled breakfast. Typically for breakfast, I'll have protein shake, Greek yogurt, eggs, turkey bacon, any of those things that are high in protein, moderate in fats, and low in carbs. The reason that I do this is when we eat a lot of carbs in the morning, it gives you a peak of energy about an hour afterwards, and then a crash. Without any carbs in my breakfast, it allows me to have sustained energy throughout the entire morning. The one caveat to this is sometimes I'll eat carbs that are high in fiber, like oatmeal, because that takes longer to digest and that will still give me sustained energy and won't give me a peak and a crash. Number 2, no caffeine after 12 p.m. It takes 8 to 10 hours for caffeine to break down and be completely out of our systems. So for me, I try to go to bed by 10 p.m. So that means by noon, my caffeine is cut off because I know that I need to have it all out of my system by 10 p.m. so that I can go to bed. This simple strategy helps me fall asleep faster and get better quality rest. Number 3, sleep 7 to 8 hours. This one may seem super obvious, but not enough people prioritize actually getting enough sleep. I used to be one of these people, and as soon as I changed it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was living like this before. Like, if you're telling yourself like, oh, 5 or 6 hours is enough, it's like 90% of you watching this, it's not enough for you. Some people, sure, I mean, are like outliers and they're like, yeah, no, I feel amazing. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. 7 to 8 hours is what I need. For me, honestly, I need 8. I need 8 plus. I need 8 to 8.5 to feel really good. That's like my sweet spot. But I mean, test it out, see what works best for you, but prioritize sleep because the reality is if you're staying up an extra hour to like work or like do something, the amount that's going to eat away from what you can do the next day because you didn't sleep enough is like insane. Also, if you're on a fitness journey and you're trying to build muscle and lose fat, sleep is huge for metabolism and muscle repair. So it's really necessary for so many reasons. I'm not even going to go into all of them, but don't get me started on sleep. You need sleep 7 to 8 hours at least, okay? Number 4, this one is the one that might be surprising. Sunlight within the first hour of waking up. Our bodies have something called a circadian rhythm, which is their internal clock. And we've been biologically programmed to when the sun's rays hit our eyes, it alerts us and wakes us up. In fact, I'm filming this video very early in the morning. I woke up about an hour ago. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I went outside into the sun for 15 minutes and it was pretty cold outside too. So the cold combined with the sunlight hitting my eyes completely woke me up. And now I'm like ready to go, ready to film videos, ready to do whatever I need to do in my day because I simply got sunlight in my eyeballs. Like it's literally, try it out. It's so crazy how effective it is. And it's also wild to think that, you know, we as humans in our society, we stay inside so much of the day when in reality, like our bodies were designed to live outdoors. Like that's how, when we were in our hunter-gatherer era, which is how our bodies are programmed, that's what we did all day. We were outside. So I've been learning more and more about biohacking and this concept of like using biology to harness and improve my performance as a person. So it's been really, really cool and definitely recommend trying it out if you haven't already. Just literally step outside for 5 to 10 minutes, get some sun rays in your eyeballs, and then come back inside and you'll feel so different. An added benefit of this is that it also boosts vitamin D and your immunity. So we're winning all around. Last tip is number 5 is avoid food coma inducing lunches. So I used to have big sandwiches for lunch and with lots of bread, and basically this is kind of similar to breakfast where if you have a lunch with a ton of carbs and a ton of like heavy fats, it's going to slow you down and give you that afternoon slump. When I switched my lunch to again being a higher protein, lower carb lunch, I noticed I stopped getting that crash around 1 to 2 p.m. and I just like am able to just continue coasting and have good energy. Now I do eat carbs at some point in the day. You might be wondering, when do you eat carbs then? Because I'm not big on keto. I hate keto actually. Like that's a stupid diet. But I save my carbs for before my workout and after my workout because the reality is that's when I'm going to use them the most. And I'll be able to harness the peak of energy. And then as I'm crashing, I will eat more carbs so that I'll be able to refill my glycogen stores again. And by the way, glycogen is the energy storage molecule that our bodies use for intense movement and exercise. It's basically the molecule that's, if you don't eat food for like a week, the first 24 hours, your body will burn through your glycogen stores, which is what's currently in your bloodstream to be used. Then it'll go into other sources of energy. So it's really important to have carbs right before your workout so that your body can easily harness them and maximize your workout. Hope these tips were helpful. Smash the thumbs up button if they were. Comment any questions or other tips that you have below, and I will see you in the next video.